Okay, according to my clock, it is 1:01 Eastern Standard Time. So in the interest of those of you that joined early and or on time, thank you. Go ahead and begin. My name is Thomas Brennan. I'm the head of distribution and marketing here at Definiti, and we are delighted to welcome you to the 2023 Definiti Retirement Academy. This is the 31st year that Definiti and its legacy operating companies have been providing this as an educational service and retirement practice management tool to our key advisors who we work with throughout the country. Like I said, we're delighted to have you here today. And the purpose of the Definiti Retirement Academy is truly in line with our motto as an organization, and that is working with and for each other and focusing on customer delight. This Definiti Retirement Academy is all about you, the advisors with whom we work, and the advisors who provide outstanding retirement services to their plan sponsor clients and their participating employees. Definiti is a small part of what you do. And we provide, as you know, defined contribution and defined benefit administration services, 316 administrative fiduciary services, pension outsourcing, resources with our in-house ERISA Council legal and compliance team, and world-class cybersecurity infrastructure that makes us a leader in the retirement plan consulting space. We're delighted to have really strong partnerships throughout the industry, not only with the advisors who are attending over the course of the next day and a half, but also with our key record-keeping partners. Today, we're delighted to be joined by partners from Capital Group American Funds, T. Rowe Price, Empower, and The Standard. And in addition to your Definiti associates who you'll be hearing from today, tomorrow you'll be hearing from other Definiti associates in addition to Principal, Fidelity, Transamerica, and John Hancock. When you talk about what the building blocks are of loyalty, there are three items that come to mind: credibility, consistency, and connection. And again, this is what these continuing education programs are all about as we continue to service you as our most important advisors. Along those lines, we continue to get better at what we do every day and in delivering, the value add and thought leadership that we do throughout the course of the year. To that end, folks who have attended the Definiti Retirement Academy in the past knew that it was an annual event that occurred at the beginning of every November. We'd received such great turnaround and response from it that this year we decided to really segregate the Definiti Retirement Academy into 2 semesters. So welcome to the spring semester. And yes, there will be a second fall semester that will be during the normal time frame in early November. So again, thank you. We hope that you find the thought leadership and content that we put together for you in partnership with our key record keeping partners here both insightful and valuable to your practice. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our first presenter from Capital Group American Funds. Karen Jurishin is joining us. And Karen, go ahead and take it away.
Well, thank you, Thomas. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm just going to work to share my screen. Excellent. Well, thank you. And that wasn't the smoothest transition. Thank you, Thomas, and thank you all. I'm glad I'm up and running. We should be good at this by now. Again, my name is Karen Zarishin, and I have the enormous privilege and pleasure of leading the TPA Retirement Plan Counselor team here at American Funds. And I'm so excited to have time with you all, and I'm so grateful you are investing time with us. Today, I have the great privilege of sharing some easy, effective ways to prospect. And as I've gotten older, a few good things come with that. And one of those is the lesson I've learned that most of us don't want to do stuff alone, or it's hard to do it alone. And it's hard to be successful alone. I worked for a TPA firm for 22 years before joining American Funds. And the most successful advisors I saw there, and the most successful advisors I continue to see in my role here, is that they leverage the resources available. But sometimes some of the biggest challenges is knowing exactly what's available. One of the reasons we are so excited to partner with Definiti is that together we can come by you and support you as you prospect retirement plans. So I'm going to start with one resource and then go into a couple other resources that we have. The art of the one meeting close, which sounds so good. We just want to get in and out, don't we? It was really developed to help you take steps to grow your business. And step one, and the most common question we get from advisors is, where do you find plans? So we like to start with something that's pretty basic and actually free to everyone, and it's public information. And you can see in bold in the resource that I'm sharing, it's efas.dol.gov. And when you go to that, you can actually, and I'll show you, you can actually go straight to that and folks have in the past just gone under the plan name, and they've actually missed the show filters button. That one's pretty powerful. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. That allows you to dig pretty deep into any type of filters you want. A lot of folks, you don't actually have to know the business code, but you can go into particular types of industries. You can look at plan assets. You can look at types of retirement plans. But the filter button is extraordinarily important to help you find things. And again, it's public information, and plan sponsors appreciate that when you get information that you got it by such a method like that. It makes them feel a little more comfortable as you're prospecting their plan. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the resource. Step 2 is about making the first contact, like who to call, what to say, what to ask for. And as you can see in this green box below, we've actually given you some scripts. We want to help you say the right words, make that first important opening conversation with the contact at the plan sponsor that can make the decision. So that is really the first step, knowing who to call and what to say. Then before I go to step 3, I'm going to go on to the second page and talk about our fee disclosure document titles. And you think, well, why do I have to have that? And the problem is most of the time, fee disclosure is not called fee disclosure. And so we have used every record keeper that we could, including American Funds Capital Group, so that when you go to your contact at the plan sponsor, you can ask for this. And this solves a couple of really important things. One, if someone actually provides it to you, you know they're serious and nobody wants to waste time. And then secondly, if you can get this, you can do a cost comparison with us or all the other great record keepers that Definiti works with. We can do that for you to help you benchmark that plan so that when you go to the plan sponsor, you've already done that legwork. One step has been completed. And please hear me, costs are not everything, but generally it's a very good place to start. And then in the upper right-hand corner, it's very, very small, but you can also go to capitalgroup.com. We can actually show you the cost comparison that can be prepared for you. And again, a lot of the other record keepers that Definiti works with have similar tools for you all to leverage. The last step finally is at the top of this page, and it's meeting with the prospect. And by this time, you have gathered a lot of information. You know why they want to plan. They know what's most important to them. But what we want you to do with this step 3, if you remember nothing else that you learn in the next couple of days, is please don't go it alone. All of us at American Funds, and again, the other great record keepers out there, as well as the great folks at Definiti, a very strong sales force, we are here to partner with you. Again, let's not go it alone. Leverage us. The cool thing about us is everything we do is retirement plans, 100%. So we've got a lot of experience with point of sale, plan design, things that really are important to your clients. So we want to share that with you. So please use us. So the bottom line is, I hope you can use this guide and the DOL website to help you find the plans, help you know what to say, help you know what to get, and help you with that point of sale. And additionally, I would like to provide you with a few more resources. We have a guide. It's actually a worksheet. I'll have you do homework. But this worksheet actually goes from the plan basics. And again, why the employer even wants the plan. And most of you that have been in this business know why they want to plan today might not be why they want to plan in a few years. Obviously, attraction and retention of employees might be it. It might be tax savings. It might be socking away a lot of money. In a short time, there might be a lot of goals, but this worksheet does help you guide or help guide you as to asking the right questions, gathering the information, having that. And then what do they like? What don't they like? What's falling short? And then you can gather who their current record keeper is, things about the plan menu, expenses, and then a huge page for notes. So we're hoping, again, these 2 resources are super helpful as you continue your prospecting. Now, this is a super unique time to prospect for retirement plans, as I've unfortunately shared, I've been around a little bit, a lot of years in this business, and it's always been exciting, but this is probably the most exciting plan time to actually prospect for retirement plans. Many of you may be aware of the state mandates, and because of that, we've actually established a website for as a resource for all of you. And as you can see this, and Elke, I guess if you could let me know if you can see the website.
Yes, it's right there. It looks great.
Awesome. Just making sure. So this is our website on state sponsored plans that you all can access, and it shows where each state stands. So I'm going to actually go back one piece. There's an overall, there we go. There's the overall map, which is a good overall look. And of course, this is always changing. But you might say, well, I'm not in a state that is impacted. Well, if you're not, you probably will be at some point. And I can assure that you have clients in some of these impacted states. So if you do want to dig deeper, you can actually click on your state's requirements, and I'll start with California, not only because it's on top, but there's been a lot going on in California. They started at the top of the funnel with employers with a large number of employees, and then they've last year continued to go down farther and farther. Whereas if we click on some detail, currently they're at the 1 to 4 employees requirement, and that is not until 12/31 of 25. So it shows the penalties and some really high level information about any of these states. Colorado's in the mix right now. There's a lot going on currently there. But going back to California or any of these states, if you say, gosh, this is incredible information right at my fingertips for all the states, how can I learn more? Well, you can. We'll take you right to actually the Cal Savers website, and it'll give you all the information on their particular mandate. And as you can imagine, this is not for everyone. There's a lot of plan sponsors that have said, my goodness, not what I want to do. I want to have plan design flexibility. I want to have investment flexibility, and understanding, of course, not every single employer is a 401k plan is right for, but you are their trusted advisor, and you can really, really help them navigate, is the state sponsored plan the best thing, or are there some other alternatives that are more impactful? So we really hope you can use this website. Again, using resources, you're not alone. Definiti, all of us are in it together with you, and we do want to support you with these resources. The other thing that we have is Secure 2.0, and that is another huge catalyst to get retirement plans in place. And I love all the resources we've prepared, and a lot of other folks have things you can leverage, because this is huge. And I actually, I guess, mistakenly thought it would be huge faster. I think there's a lot of information in here. A lot of the great CPA partners we work with have been very busy up until April 15th, and they probably haven't had the opportunity to fully distill this with their plan sponsor clients. I know you as advisors are probably working through all of the impacts of Secure 2.0 and what the tax credits really mean. But I feel like we're going to see a lot of new plans being implemented, which is what we want. We want folks to save for retirement. So with all these tax savings, which are remarkable, we will see far more. So this Secure 2.0 resource that we have, and we have several, I'm going to only show you a couple, but this one is really impactful because it not only tells you the provision by effective date, so you can see 23 and then going into 24, but then it's our take on that. And then it kind of helps you take this big monstrous legislation and drill it down to what it means and what it can mean to you and your clients. So that is a resource that we would love for you to leverage. And then this piece I really love because it goes into what are the qualifications for this, and then what is the credit, and then how does it apply over different plan types and sizes and over the years. And probably the most impactful is what the tax credit means for matching contributions. So we've actually done some calculations here in the blue box to show you really how big it is. And again, I've talked to a lot of our friends maybe who have small businesses or local businesses, and they're like, oh, 401k plans are expensive. Well, if you look at this, they aren't. They're pretty darn cost effective when you look at the tax credits and all of the opportunities that folks have to put in a plan. And then lastly, I really wanted to hit on the automatic enrollment tax credit. And what I love about that is that actually applies to plans that are already in effect. So again, as you're prospecting, startup plans are great. We love them. And we know that every retirement plan has to start somewhere, but you also probably want to go after some plans that are already in place and already have some assets. Automatic enrollment is remarkable for the outcomes for plan participants, but even more so, it's easy. And we knowing that with these tax credits, it makes it again easier for an employer to make that next step and add automatic enrollment and maybe even auto escalation to the plan that they have with your guidance and your insight. So that is a broad overview of some of the resources we have. We have a lot, and I'm thankful for that. So we want you to leverage this. We don't want you to feel alone with this. We know it can be daunting. There are so many opportunities that retirement plans bring, but you can't know everything about it, and that's why you have great partners, and we would love to partner with you. And we want to make sure that you know 100% of what Definiti does, 100% of what we do is retirement plans. So hopefully by seeing some of these resources, understanding our passion around this and the opportunities with state-sponsored plans and with the tax credits, you're more likely to go after this business. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing and open it up to see if anybody has any questions.
Oh, while we're waiting for questions, Karen, I'll just say that the resources that you shared, thank you so much for showing those on screen. We'll also make sure that we have links to those resources to your TPA reference center so people can get to them in an email after this event. So if you are looking to get any of those materials that Karen shared, we'll make sure that we share them with you so you'll have access to them.
Thanks for doing that, Elke.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to do that. Like you said, you don't have to go it alone.
We're here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Erica, did you have a question? I think I saw your hand.
Yeah, it was funny because I was just about to ask. I had seen most of those pieces, but not all of them. So I was like, maybe we should remind folks on where we could find them. So thanks for covering that, Elke.
Yeah, good. Okay, so quick reminder, just in case, these sessions will be recorded. So if you wanted to go back and listen to this later, it will be available. We'll post those on the website after the fact. Karen, I thank you so much. I don't see that we have any questions, so I am going to go ahead and we'll transition to our next speaker. Thank you for your time today, Karen, and thanks to American Funds for being a big participating partner here with Definiti. We appreciate that partnership, so thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Elke, and thank each of one of you for investing this time. It was quite a privilege to have the time with you, and we look forward to working with you.
Absolutely.